back from Argentina. His name is Larry the Llama, and if we have time at the end, I'll explain why the lady llamas love Larry the Llama in Argentina. Okay. So as Chrissy said, for those of you that were, I guess, paying attention, LithiumEnergy was one of the best performing IPOs of 2021. Now, I don't know about you, but when I look at a graph like that, I think, gee, these guys must have had some great drilling intersections during the year. We listed about this time last year at 20 cents. As you can see now, up to $1.40. In fact, yesterday up to $1.65. But no, we haven't drilled a single hole. So what's behind this tremendous interest in our company? Well, there's three things. Firstly, we have two tremendous projects, our Solaroz Lithium Brine project in Argentina and our Burke Graphite Project in Queensland, which together give us something unique amongst all the ASX-listed battery minerals companies, in that we're the only ASX-listed company that has significant exposure to both lithium and graphite, which are the two key ingredients for lithium-ion batteries. And I'll be focusing most of this presentation on these two projects. Of course, this is all occurring in the backdrop of the electrification of vehicles. I'm sure you've seen these kind of slides before, so I won't dwell too much on the next two slides, but it's all about the growth in demand for electric vehicles. Electric vehicles need batteries. The current prevailing technology for batteries is lithium-ion batteries, and the two key ingredients in lithium-ion batteries are lithium and graphite. A little known fact that in most lithium-ion batteries, there's about 10 times more graphite in the battery than lithium by weight. Also, I guess on the back of this increasing forecast demand for electric vehicles, the price of lithium has just gone crazy over the last couple of years. In part, that's clearly been driven by not just the expectations of increased demand for batteries for vehicles, but the significant stimulus that's been given by all the governments or major governments around the world, out of Europe, China, the US. They're all pumping tens of billions of dollars into supporting and driving this new electrification industry. So I'd like to now focus on our projects. The Solaroz Lithium Brine project, this is located in Argentina. This is a shot which is, oops, let me just go back a moment to find the pointer. This is the northwestern area of the Solaroz Salar, where we are just about to start our major exploration program. If you're going to be into lithium brines, the best place to do it in the world is Argentina. Why Argentina? Well, the world's largest reserves of lithium are currently found in the South American Lithium Triangle, which incorporates parts of Bolivia, Argentina, and Chile. Bolivia and Chile are particularly difficult to develop due to government and other political issues, and so Argentina, of all the countries in the Lithium Triangle, is by far and away the easiest place to advance a lithium project. It's also where Argentina is also the third largest producer of lithium in the world, behind Australia and Chile. And lithium brine projects in Argentina are typically amongst the lowest cost on the lithium carbonate cost curve. Lithium brine projects generally have significant advantages compared to the hard rock lithium projects that are typically found here in Australia. The operating costs are lower, it's a much simpler production process, and they're more environmentally friendly. There's a much lower carbon footprint. The production process is fairly straightforward and well proven. It starts off by pumping up lithium-rich brines from subsurface aquifers that can be anything from 200 to 600 meters deep below the surface. The brine is then pumped into large evaporation ponds where it's left for 12 months or so, where the sun does all the work to concentrate the lithium down to a concentration where it can then be processed to produce lithium carbonate for then shipping to customers. So it's the ultimate solar-powered green production process for producing lithium. So what makes the Solaroz project so special? Well, it's all about location. We have secured 12,000 hectares of tenements which are directly adjacent to or surrounded by Alchem, or previously known as Orocobra's, current producing project in the Olaroz Salar. Alchem, as you probably know, has a market capitalization of around about $8 billion, most of which is attributable to this particular project. We're also adjacent to the Olaroz Cauchery project being developed by LithiumEnergy Corporation, who have so far invested $500 million in developing their project, which is down to the south of the Salar. Our concessions, our tenement package, is in the red here. These yellow tenements are the ones held by Alchem, and the blue tenements are the ones held by LithiumEnergy. So you can see we're surrounded by these two very large corporations who are developing massive projects there, and the Alchem one producing from here has been producing lithium since 2015, currently producing about 25,000 tonnes of lithium carbonate equivalent, and our plan to expand that and almost double it over the next couple of years. And LithiumEnergy are planning to commence production this year and move to expand production to up to 60,000 tonnes per annum in a couple of years. One of the nice things about this particular salar is it's got very favourable climatic conditions to support evaporation, which has been demonstrated by Alchem's production facility, and it's got great infrastructure. There's paved roads all the way to the project and gas pipelines, so it's a really well supported area for developing a lithium brine project. We've put together an exploration target of up to 8.7 million tonnes of lithium carbonate equivalent at grades between 500 to 700 milligrams per litre for lithium for the Olaroz project. Now, to put that into context, that's comparable with the JORC resource that Allkem have. Up until about a month ago, their JORC resource was about 6 million tonnes of contained lithium carbonate equivalent. So we're looking at defining a resource that's comparable to that which Alchem had, and they're an $8 billion company. We've developed a very detailed conceptual model, which is pretty straightforward. Essentially, we're located on what's known as the alluvial fan here, which is essentially deposits that have come down the mountain and formed over the top of the lithium-rich aquifers that sit below. So we have to undertake, well, our plan with exploration is to commence a program of geophysics and drilling essentially here to drill down, tap into that lithium-rich aquifer and define a resource of our own. Here's just a photograph taken from the northwest of our package, and in the distance there you can see how close we are to the Allkem production facility. So why are we so confident that we're going to be able to define a big resource there? Well, we've had the benefit of being able to see and interpret the results that have been done previously by Orocobre, or Alchem as they're now known, and LithiumEnergy. They've done a significant amount of geophysics and drilling over the years on this salar, and fortunately for us, they've run some geophysics and gravity lines very, very close, if not directly adjacent, to some of our concessions. And the next slide will show this in a lot more detail, but essentially what their geophysics and gravity studies show is that the conductive brines clearly do extend underneath this alluvial fan into our concessions. So it's probably a bit clearer for you to see here. This is a, oops, again, hit the wrong button, I apologise. So this is up the northern part of our concessions here. This was a AMT survey done by them, I think back in 2011. Those are our concessions there, which are there. And you can clearly see from this chart here that the interpreted lithium-rich brines extend all the way into our tenements there. And the same here on the west. That's our concession boundary there, and you can see the brines extending here. So from all the work that we've seen that others have done on this salar, close to our concessions, that's what gives us the confidence that we're going to be able to define a significant resource there. So where's the project currently sitting? Well, we've finally managed to get environmental approvals to start our work program. These came in a couple of weeks ago. So we're all set to run a program of geophysics first, followed by about 5,000 to 6,000 metres of drilling, which we would hope to complete by the end of the year, and will go a long way towards helping us define a maiden resource at Solaroz. We've started the process of building a local team there, and my colleague Pete Smith, who's on the stand as well, will be heading back over to Argentina next week to help build the team and oversee our exploration program as it kicks off. But as well as lithium, the Burke Graphite Project really is quite an exceptional project as well. This is located in Queensland, and it's one of the highest grade graphite projects held by any ASX listed company. We have already defined a resource on this project of 6.3 million tonnes at an exceptionally high grade of 16% graphite for a contained graphite of approximately 1 million tonnes. Within that 6 million tonne resource, there's over 2 million tonnes and over 20% graphite. And you know, as you probably know, most of the large graphite projects out of Africa typically have grades of 5 or 6%. So this really is an exceptionally high grade project. We've spent a lot of work. We've been working with CSIRO to run test work on the graphite, who have confirmed its suitability for use in lithium-ion batteries. We've also been able to produce graphene from the graphite, which also is a key additive for some new types of batteries. The project's located in a very favourable jurisdiction in Queensland, and because it occurs from surface, the project will be very amenable to simple open pit mining. In addition to the deposit that we've defined at Burke, we also have further exploration potential at a nearby prospect called Corella, which we're also about to do some drilling on in the next couple of months. One of the things that really excites us about this project, though, is not just the potential to mine the graphite and sell it as a concentrate overseas, but to potentially add some significant additional value through developing a downstream processing facility in Townsville for producing purified spherical graphite. Now, the purified spherical graphite, or PSG as it's known, demand for that is set to increase tenfold over the next decade due to the electric vehicle sort of demand. Most PSG currently comes from China, and they tend to use not sort of great environmentally sustainable methods for producing it. So there's a great opportunity in Australia to meet this forecast extra demand for PSG through producing it right here in Australia. We've got some great technical capabilities here, some good government-funded initiatives to support it, and because of our location, we're ideally located close to Townsville, which is rapidly becoming a centre for battery production, or the energy chemicals hub, which has been established in Townsville. So for next steps for Burke, we're furthering our test work on the graphite with the CSIRO. We've got about 5,000 metres of drilling planned at both Burke and Corella to advance the definition of those resources. In terms of the team, we run a pretty tight team at LithiumEnergy. Myself, Pete Smith, who heads the technical side of things, and Pete's just about to head off to Argentina end of the week, so if you want to have a chat with him, now's your last chance, and he'll be on the stand this afternoon. So in summary, we have, I guess, a unique position, as I mentioned at the outset, in that we're the only ASX company with significant exposure to both lithium and graphite. We're just about to start a very large exploration program at Solaroz in Argentina, and don't forget the graphite, which is a key component with EV batteries, and we've got a high quality resource in the Burke deposit in a very friendly jurisdiction. And that's it from me. Have I got time to tell the story about why the lady llamas love lithium, Larry? Yeah? Okay, so why do the... I've got to get this right.
This better be good.
Better be good. Okay, so why do the lady llamas love Lithium Larry the llama? Well, the reason is Lithium Larry, as he's known to his
Got a
friends,
spark about it?
he grazes around the edge of the lithium-rich Brine Lake, the other world's Salar.
Is this true?
It is. And by ingesting the lithium ions, you see the Energizer Bunny, he can go all night. Okay.
You should tell the punchline. You should tell the punchline at your booth, then people have to come and find out the...
Anyway, that was the punchline.
Oh, was that the punchline?
Yeah.
Jeez, okay. Go on.